All right. Hello, and welcome back. I am Johnnyman. Here we are back in Stoneblock 3. Yeah, we got a lot of things to cover. There've been a few changes, so we'll kind of quickly go through all those because we've got a bit of ground we want to cover today. So hopefully we'll get everything done. That's what we want. Get a little lo-fi stream beats. Oh, hey, it looks like we had a resource bee, and this is one of the things we'll talk about this in a second. I just want to free. There we go. Come on out. There you go. And we'll patch that up later. What's he gonna poop out for us? The resource bees have been dropping lots of stuff. I'll show you that in a second. Obviously, this is we've got this done. We started on this. We talked about what we were going to do with that later. Oh, there we go. We drop an ingot of something, an egg, which is what we're going to be playing into. Oh, another battery. We have so many of those. Another pipe card, it looks like. Ooh, a mana steel ingot and another mana steel ingot. All right, so let's actually fill this in. We don't want mobs spawning in here. So we've organized some of the storage a little bit. It was just well overdue and needed. And what are you? You are osmium, so you go there. So yeah, so we had we'd set up our little chain drive here with the fans, so we could either wash materials or cook them. It's kind of like in the furnace for smelting, but a whole lot faster. The one we're missing is the blue flame, so that's soul sand, but we don't have that yet. We're getting there. We're getting there. Yeah, and then what do we leave? So what we would end up doing is we would either drop in gravel, sand, or dust, and that would get our different things. If you remember here, let's just go for refreshers. So it's called washing, and so if we drop dust in here, so as the wind goes through the water, it washes the dust, and this is where we get our redstone, some sky stone dust, Certus quartz. Then the other one is if we do the same for gravel, if we wash gravel, this is where we can get diamonds, emeralds, lapis, pretty cool stuff there. And then the last one was if we wash sand. If we wash sand, we get nickel, silver, sulfur, we get some copper and gold. This was a big thing for gold. The only thing missing is obviously iron, but remember iron was putting the gravel in our little grinder here, and so we've worked. Oops, didn't mean that. So I've worked up where I can fill a chest with gravel. This is the kind of like a hopper, but it's called a chute. It's for the create stuff, so it'll take the stuff out of here, put it into our millstone here, and then we have another chute that'll take it out of the millstone and put it into our chest. And this is where we get raw iron and zinc. We also get some sand, so we go and wash that. So we keep that going. And last time we were working on the cobble gens, so we got some tier 4 cobble gens, and I talked about needing to make these hammers. And so normally we could place down something like this, and the diamond hammer's a little much. We got that as a drop. So if we hammer this. Oh, wrong hammer. Sorry. There's which hammer is it? I believe, if you remember, we would hammer. Which hammer was it? Chat, I've forgotten. Oh, and I've upgraded my backpack too. Wasn't one of those. Anyway, we'll look it up. Anyway, that was the manual thing. So we could hammer this down, and that would turn into gravel. And if we hammered the gravel, we place the gravel down and we hammer it, it would turn into dirt. If we hammer the dirt, it would turn into sand, and then same for that to make dust. So here we have cobble gen. So this is generating tons of cobblestone. It goes into this auto hammer, and so you can see it's taking the cobblestone and it puts gravel. So we have an endless supply of gravel. And then this just does the same thing. So cobblestone to gravel, but then that gravel goes in here to get hammered down one more time, and we get dirt. And then we just keep going. So that would be cobblestone, hammered down to gravel, hammered down to dirt, and then hammered down to sand. And then the last one, so gravel, dirt, sand, dust. And we have dust. So we can just grab a stack when we want to do any kind of washing, and we get our stuff. So, and then as you can see, the bees have been dropping lots of batteries and cards and lots of crazy stuff. So anyway, so there's that. Then obviously the results of all those things, I had to figure it just easier to make some storage, put it all in here. And yeah, so we've got our raw materials, so like silver, nickel, zinc, copper, gold, iron. This is aluminum. We haven't found any raw aluminum. A little bit of raw osmium, lead, manasteel. This is tin, and then this is uranium. Some of these things have been dropped by the bee. I did find this tin, but we'll talk about that later. So each of these storage boxes will hold 2,000. So you can see we've maxed out up here. And if I want to grab one, I can just click. Oops, here we go. Okay, so there we go. So I can click once, right, like left click, boop, I get one. If I crouch and left click, I get a stack. And then if I right click, it puts everything of that type of my inventory in there. Now with the storage, we could be making a controller, which means as long as it's near and connected to these chests, I could just click on the controller and it'll go to the appropriate chest. I don't have to go to each chest. Problem with the controller is we need a redstone comparator and we need quartz. We don't have quartz yet. Okay, this is what we're getting to. I've expanded out here because we're going to be doing some chicken stuff. And remember, we need to make a bigger smeltery, so we'll be talking about that. So we need quartz. You obviously notice the little mining gadget. I did make this. It was really easy to make. I made the Mark 1. It was all materials I had. The upgrade module, again, was just everything that we had, and that's just glass. So I figured, why not? But then in order to use it, I had to charge it. So we made a charging station. This is, again, this one was pretty simple. Where is it here? The charging station, again, very, very simple. So we made the charging station, and then I had to make a Stirling dynamo. And this, you just feed it burnables, it'll generate power, and then that feeds into here, and this has a power reserve. So when I needed to charge this up to use it, I can put it in there, it'll charge up, and then I keep throwing coal in here to keep this topped up. And so right now, and then this was a little modification table. This, you can put your tools on there and you can put upgrades. So I upgraded to be more energy efficient so that every block that it destroys uses less energy. And then fortune, so I get more stuff if I'm like mining out resources and things. So it's not too bad. It's been kind of fun because, like I say, you can just so you have a chance. If I just click, it's like, oh, no. But if I hold it, down it goes. And then you get the resources. So it's not too bad. It's been helpful for mining, and you'll see. So I've dug off here, made a little room. This is for our chance cubes. We'll talk about that in a minute. And I did keep on going. So we still have to explore this big dungeon and this big area. But you can see I've mined all the way through here. I haven't hit all this mess of tunnels yet, so they're either above or below me. But you can see we're starting to get into nether territory. And so I did get a tunnel going this way. I was looking to see if I could find any quartz, but I can't. And then we have, looks like we have a nether dungeon to check. So, and then as we go past here, we'll eventually get to the end layers. So that's going to be kind of interesting. So we got some cool stuff. Got lots of tunnels to explore into and all that kind of fun stuff. So you can see how far away you have to go to get there. So that's going to take a little bit. And then, yes, as you see, I expanded over here. This is trying to give a quick summary. This is crazy. Expanded over here because I know we were going to need chickens. And so what I did is I expanded out, put grass, and I was hoping for some natural spawn of livestock. And forgetting that the bee kept, the resource bees were dropping eggs. Then when I finally remembered that they dropped eggs, I kept chucking eggs until I got a couple chickens. I actually contained them in here on top of the hopper so they could just keep laying eggs. So I had a supply of eggs because we're going to need those. Then I let them out. And then this guy spawned in on his own, little Drigme. I don't know what he's all about. And then he spawned in. Little whirly sprig. So, and I think somewhere running around here, I think we also had a rabbit. Unless he has... Oh, there he is. So we've had some natural spawns in here, which is kind of cool. I may expand it out a bit more later too, just to see. But we're going to need chickens, and that's part of what we're doing today. Because, here's the thing. We need to get these grinding wheels. To get these grinding wheels, we need to make mechanical crafters, because the grinding wheels will give us access to some other resources. Let us do ore doubling, so when you grind something, you get double what you normally would. And for the chickens, we need it, believe it or not, and for a bunch of other stuff, we need these crushing wheels. Fine, but to get the crushing wheels, we have to make 21 mechanical crafters. Okay, mechanical crafter, well, it needs brass casing. Brass we don't have. We have to make the smeltery so we can blend copper and iron together to make brass. So we're going to do that. But we need these electron tubes. Electron tubes, well, iron sheets, we can make those, not a problem. But polished rose quartz, what's that? See, we need to rub this quartz onto sandpaper. Well, we can make sandpaper, it's not a big deal. But rose quartz, what's that? Again, it's nether quartz. Nether quartz. Where's nether quartz come from? Well, if we wash, if we wash soul sand, we get a 10% chance for nether quartz. Well, where's soul sand come from? Well, soul sand, if we mix this in a mixer, we can make soul sand. But see, the nice thing is, once we have a soul sand, we can light it, and then we can pass sand over the blue flame, or blue fan, and we'll get more soul sand. So we just got to make one. But in order to make one soul sand, we've got to make the mixer. So I think we're going to start with this, the mixer. Well, cogwheel we have, andesite casing we have, the whisk we don't have. And so that's some iron sheet and some andesite alloy. And I think we have iron sheet. I've been pressing some things here, so there's our iron sheet. Remember, if I just left click, I get one. So we need 5 of those. And all our fun stuff's up here. We know we're going to need a small cog. We know we're going to need an andesite casing. And we need a couple of those. So if we make our whisk, which was 2 andesite casing and the sheet, there's our whisk. And then now we can make our mechanical mixer, which is great. But the thing with the mechanical mixer, it needs a basin. So it needs basically a big pot to mix in. And I think this is the basin. No? There is there. Oh, it's only like a small U, not a big U. Here we go. So this is the first level of mixing. There is another level where you end up putting heat underneath, blaze. You capture a blaze, but we don't need that right yet. We're gonna just go that. Okay. So remember what I talked about before? How the more things you hook into this system, the more stress it puts on the system, and it could just shut down because it can't power it, and then that will mean that we have to add more water wheels or eventually put soul sand in behind to bubble up to give more power to this whole system. So we're going to find out. I'm kind of hoping I can hook it in here. No, it needs a gear. Okay. I wanted to be up at that high level. Can it hook here? No, it can hook here. So see, it can hook here, but that's lower. That's lower than I wanted. Okay, so and the fact that our system didn't complain about being overtaxed, so that's a good thing. That's a good thing. How best to do this? And see, now I'm going to be adding things to the system. Which might overtax it. But let's see, because I wanted to kind of extend it out. Okay, so if we put this gearbox there. No, that's not going to do, is it? Oh, another stick. The game keeps giving me these random sticks. I don't know what it's all about. Branch out, grab a stick. I've been saving them. Because who knows? Maybe there's some achievement for collecting all the sticks. I really don't know. Okay, so I want this. It needs to be spinning sideways. I need a gearbox like this. Okay, so I had this. I don't need to run up there anymore. So let's put this. Oops, wrong thing. Put this gearbox there. No, again, it's going to be at the wrong level. Or hold on, or is it? Oh, there's a gear up here. This is. There we go. That's what I wanted. Nice. Perfect. So there's our mixer. And then this will let us put a flame underneath eventually. And this is smooth stone. Is that this stuff over here? I might have to steal some, yeah. Sorry, my friend, I need the smooth stone. Okay, so for the time being, we will go there. And then I'm sure if I put that there, so we're good to go. Cool. Okay, so the recipe was where's our water? Oh yeah, I had to make this our water. So if we take water and a sand, oh hold on, we have sand over here. Water, sand, and oh yes, a mob soul. So I have killed a couple things over here. I think originally it spawned a couple donkey and I didn't want them in there. And as such, oh, I think I put it over here. One of them dropped a soul. Or a mob soul. Pardon me, I think is called. Let's see. Yes, a mob soul. So if we put a mob soul in, we put that in, and we put a bucket of water in. Oh, look at that. It's blending up. And just like that, we've got some soul sand. This is great. This is great. So now, oops, my bad. It's got to go down there. So if we put the soul sand down there, we go to our tools. I'm kind of putting tools in the backpack for now. There we go. This is good. So now if we dump sand over there, and I'm just going to take the sand that's here, this should generate us a whole bunch of soul sand. So just like the washing now, I think this is hotter than even lava, so it will hurt if you fall into it, so be very careful. So we'll throw the sand down. And we'll just let it do its thing and just see if this is indeed what we're waiting for. Oh, I need some food. So while we're waiting, we'll have some potatoes. Yummy potatoes. And it might take a little bit. There we go. Look at that. Glorious. So now we have a whole bunch of soul sand. Ooh, okay. I think that was that. All right, we got soul sand. Soul sand. So now, hopefully, so for quartz, ideally, it's. Oh, that's right. It was washing. If we wash that, we have a 10% chance of some nether quartz. So let's come over here. So we'll wash. We'll dump all this in for a nice wash and hope. Oops, I threw my potatoes in there. Well, we might have just lost those potatoes. All right, so let's hope for lots of quartz coming out of this. Because what we want to get to eventually is, so obviously we need that to make the manual crafters. Pardon me. Because we want to get into making chickens, and it sounds funny. Well, what do you mean making chickens? Well, in this pack, chickens are you can make specific types of chickens that'll produce specific types of resources, and so this becomes a nice passive way to make resources. So, example, this string chicken. If you have a string chicken, he will sit there and he will poop out string. And so the chickens have this growth, gain, and strength, and so you end up breeding the chickens to make them stronger and better, and they produce more. So you can see we can make, you can get into making snowballs, obsidian, copper, lapis, uranium, like chickens to make pretty much a lot of the key resources. So we won't need to be doing all the grinding and all that kind of stuff. Oh, look at one. Let's see, how do we do? Okay, out of all that, we got 52. And we got our potatoes kept. Okay, that's, you know what, that's not too bad. So we do have a quick way of doing that. And then so what we're going to have to do is set up over here because, well, you'll see in a second. You'll see. We'll get there. So in that capacity, so we have this soul sand, and what do we get for our random? We got a laser node. Sure. I'm not sure what the laser node's all about. Again, some of these things will come in later, but whatever. Oh yeah, that's one thing I wanted to do, is we want to upgrade. We want to try to complete this thing. So let's upgrade this guy. And to upgrade him, I think, if I'm not mistaken, or does he need... Is this going to be hot enough to melt diamond? It might not be. No, we need hotter. So I was hoping to be able to finish that one, but we can't. No problem. Yeah, we need a hotter furnace than just lava. So, you know what? Let's get this smeltery made. The smelter is going to let us make the casings that we need to be able to make our auto crafter stuff. So if we take a look again, I was kind of hoping to do this, but to melt the molten, it says we need blazing blood, and to get blazing blood we have to cook blaze heads, and to get blaze heads we need to make a severing weapon. And part of making this smeltery is going to be letting us make better tinker's tools. So you remember at the beginning we made our first little axe and our first little hammer from making these parts. Like I could say, you know, I want an axe head, and then we could use that. And, you know, stone has its own attributes, but we can then make molds and cast them in any kind of metals. So that's what we're going to do. So let's just get all of these bits and parts. And yeah, so if we come to the smeltery, so seared blocks we already have. So we're going to need a number of drains, and this is how we get the liquid metals out of this multi-block furnace. So we need copper. I usually go with like 3 drains, so we'll need like 6 copper. So let's get that. There we go. Oops, crafting table right there. Okay, so that was just like these. And then like this, 1, 2, 3, perfect. Then we come back here. We need a seared tank. So it's a fuel tank. So that's just that around a piece of glass. Oops, don't know why that came up. Anyway, I have some glass. There we go. And we only really need 1 tank. If you want to be able to hold more lava or fuel, you can make more, but for this, I think 1's going to be enough. that's perfect. And the last thing we need out of this is we need a smeltery controller, and we have to put copper, pour copper over some brick, but we need 4 more copper. So let's go get that. There we go. Then we come over to our first level melter. Give it the 4 copper, or we can only give it 3. We put a block in there. Gotta wait for those to melt, and we can put the 4th one in. And then we pour this copper over the block, and that'll turn it into a smeltery controller. There we go, pour, 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 and it cools down, and boom. We now have a smeltery controller. So there you go. We have everything to make our smeltery. So what do we get? We got a sacrificial knife. Interesting. And then we get a book on all these smeltery stuff. So hold on here. Whoops. My bad. Let's put some of those away. I don't know that I'm going to need them. So this book then talks about the tier 3 materials. So as remember I was saying each material, so slime steel. So you can see if you made a weapon head out of slime steel, it'll have these attributes, and you get these bonus attributes. So there's overcast or overslime, but then we can make something out of amethyst brawn and nathel, rose gold, pig iron, steel. And so you can see, you can start to craft and tailor a weapon. So you could make one piece out of one material, one piece out of another, and another third piece out of whatever, and you'll get the attributes or the benefits of each of those types, and then they'll just combine. So like mining speeds and damages and all that kind of stuff. Generally, the first top piece is what you can use to repair it. So you generally make that something easy to do, but you can get some pretty good combinations. And then on top of that, the weapons may have a slot for upgrades, and hold on. Okay, sorry, chat. And then on top of using materials to get bonuses for your weapons and tools, you can actually, some of them you can actually apply some extra abilities. So here you can add a draconic to it, and then that gives it some other things. So there's lots of tunability. Like you can add luck to your weapons. So it really depends on what you want to do. But one of them is, it might be in the previous book, because this is the top tier stuff. There's another book that we got when we made the melter for the beginner tier, but there's that thing called severing, and we're going to need to put severing on. I wonder where did I put that first book? Oh, right here, the puny smelting. Because severing will give us a better chance. See, so here's all of the different weapons or different tools. And then here, so if we put diamonds on there, it increases the durability. If we put emeralds on there, it also increases the durability. Magnetizer, so you can put it so things come to you. Soulbound, weapon upgrade, so there's necrotic. There we go, severing. So depending on how many slots the weapon has, and as the weapon gets bigger, it'll give you more slots. But we can put this attribute called severing on a tool or weapon, and that means that when you kill a mob, it may have a higher chance at dropping one of its heads. And we need those blaze heads for the higher tiered stuff, but we'll get to that. That'll come. Let's just put the books away for now. But first, we need to make the smeltery, and I don't know where that bucket came from, but hey. So the base smeltery has to be like a 3x3, and I tend to like to put it in the ground because then I can have things go into chests and filter and all that kind of stuff. So the base have to be 3x3 with the walls 1 out, and you'll see what I mean in a minute. So let's just give ourselves some room. I can put it right up against the wall. So if this is going to be the base, So there you go. So there's the base, 3 by 3. And so what you do is you make that out of brick. And then when I say you bring the walls out, you come out on the edge like that. You don't have to fill these corners in. You can if you want, but you don't have to. So you do something like that, right? Now, remember how I made 3 seared drains? Well, this is where I'm going to put the seared drains. Like this, this, and this. So this will be a way for us to get the materials out, right? And then what I'll end up doing is I'll put... actually, you know what? Now that I think of it, we're going to raise this up. I normally build it in, but, you know, to make this a little bit easier, change my mind. So we just go like that. I now got to fill this hole in. Sorry about this, chat. But we got some glowstone out of washing the soul sand. I totally didn't pay attention to that. That's good too. We're gonna. That's great. Oh, we got a leap bee. There he is. Okay, let's see what he drops. Come on, you're gonna poop out some prizes for me. And this is where we've been getting a bunch of chance cubes, and we'll get to chance cubes in just a minute. And that's where things are gonna get really interesting. And yeah, there could be some death, namely mine. So let's just see. Oh yeah, and I filled all this in. I forget if I did that last time on both sides. So because the bees kept going up in there and getting stuck up there, and by the time I got up there, the things that they dropped would despawn. So I just blocked it off so they can't even get in there. So he just stays at the top, and then they'll poop out their stuff, all their little prizes. So let's see what he's going to give me this time. Oh, piece of luggage. Those things are... Oh, what was that? And another chance cube. Great. And an egg. All right, let's see. What did we get? Okay, so we got a piece of luggage. I'm getting rid of that. I've gotten so many of those. Basically what it is, you put it down and it's a little pet that follows you, but he can hold things. So he's like kind of like walking storage. It can get kind of annoying because they want to run all over the place and whatever. Red matter. Oh, we've already got one of those. Interesting. Oh, and then we got some dark matter. Oh, this is right. We got this the last time, the sacrificial knife. Yeah. Chance cube, as you see, we have a bunch of chance cubes. So, yeah, we'll do some of those later. I'm a little scared, to be honest, but let's just clean out our inventory, and then we got another pipe upgrade. There we go. And oh, they gave us some more osmium. You can just go there. Okay, back to the smeltery. Sorry. Okay, so remember, we go 3 by 3 like that, and then you come up. Again, you don't have to connect, so you can go like that. And you don't have to put the corner blocks in, so in those situations... Oh, the gold nuggets. That must have come from the soul sand too. A whole bunch of stuff that I didn't pay attention to. You don't have to put the corners in, and so if you don't want to, you can just do something like that. Right, like that. And so now remember, this is where I put the drains. So we have the drains. And now... Oh, they're not pointing the right way. This big black void has to be pointing into the smeltery. So to do that, you may need to put a block there so you can do that. And then now you'll see, because that's the way that it gets all the stuff out. And so now if we just tag on the sides there, we're good. Now, for your smeltery to work, you need 2 other things. You need a controller. And so this is how you check what's going on. So we'll put the controller there. And now once you have the controller down, it tells you, say, hey, you're missing a block. It'll highlight, keep highlighting the blocks that are missing. So we can fill that in with just that. And then, hey, we need a block here. This is where you put your fuel tank. And this is where you put your heat source for doing your melting. So there, technically, now we have a working smeltery. Now, the taller you make it, and the bigger you make it, the more things you can melt at once. So for this, all you have to do is just add another layer of blocks. So if you look right now, So we have what, 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. So if we add a row of blocks on the top, just like that. And remember, like I said, you don't need these corner bits. So then now look at that, 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18. So you're going to go up by 9 each time. So in that, we have the blocks. Let's just, and again, for the sake of solo play and all that, this is more than big enough. And again, if you wanted more drains to empty things out, you can put more drains around, but you're going to find you probably don't need them. So there we go. So look at that. So we can melt a whole lot of stuff. Perfect. Well, now you got to get the stuff out of these drains. That's what these little spouts are for. So you can put a spout on there, like this. And then those are all the spots that you can have stuff come out. And one of the spots to put things is, as you've seen before, is casting table. So you put a mold in there and it'll pour out onto the casting table. The other is, I didn't make another one of these, but is a basin. So we can put a basin there. And that's where if you want to get solid blocks and things like that. And then this one I'll just leave for the time being. And then you can automate the smelter by putting levers up here. And you throw the lever so that basically when this pours, this will just continuously pour, and whenever you take it out, it'll pour again. So then what you do is you put a hopper underneath leading to a chest, and then everything will just keep going. We'll eventually get there, but for the time being, that's our smelter. Easy as that. So let's put these things away. Now we do need to get this thing powered. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some stone. And the reason I'm taking some stone is because we're going to get rid of some stone to make some lava. You remember these early game, we got these little fire plow sticks. And if you point at a piece of stone, you get lava. And lava is going to be our first heat source for our smeltery. And then the reason I got stone is so I can replace that stone. And then we'll just make another piece of lava. And that's probably into this fire plow, yep. And so you can just keep doing this, because as you melt things, you will use up the lava. So there we go. Cool, cool, cool. So now, what do we need to do with this? Well, we're going to need bronze. And I just happen to know that if we, example, let's just say, there. So I just took a stack of iron and a stack of copper. We don't need quite that much, but we're going to need to make ingot casts. We need a mold to work from. And so we had one here. So we did make an ingot mold. And so then this will be, when we pour stuff out, it'll form into an ingot, but it doesn't destroy the mold. Well, we need a few more of those. So what we're going to do is we're going to put some gold in here. And I'm going to put there. So that's going to be the template for making a mold. We will lose the iron, but we will end up with the ingot mold, which we can use later on. So there we go. So now we can pour some gold on there and pour some gold on there. There we go. And then so now I can just pour out the gold to get it back. And if you pour too quickly, you'll have a partial, like, so it can fill up just a little bit, then you might have to melt some more to top it off. So you just be aware of that. Or you just end up breaking it and putting it back to empty it out, this kind of thing. There we go. So now let's see. So if let's just say, let's fill that up with iron. And you can watch it smelting. So it's using the heat from our lava to melt this down. And then you'll see our iron show up in the smeltery. And so the thing to be careful in the smeltery is certain metals can combine. And so if you melt them in here, they will automatically combine. And so you may lose something that you wanted to have. Now, metals that don't combine, they will stay as distinct layers in the smeltery. And if you click on a layer, it'll move it to the bottom, and then that's what you can use to pour out. But you got to watch out, because like I say, things can combine. So if it can, it will. and you could lose a lot of stuff. So you got to be very careful about what you're doing. So this will melt it, and then we'll see it combine. Wasn't it? I thought it was iron and copper. Okay, so see how I click it so copper's on the bottom? Oh, I got the recipe wrong for brass already. Oh, copper and zinc for brass. And, right? Because the mechanical crafter is the brass. Okay, well, we just need some zinc. And we do have zinc, so we could put the bars in, or we could put the raw in. It's going to be the same. So now, here's a situation. Iron, copper. So we know that according to our brass recipe, copper will mix with zinc. Okay, well, we want to make sure that zinc and iron don't mix. Why? Molten iron, here we go. So we see iron's going to work with nickel and iron with slime steel, so we should be okay. We should be okay. So we'll put the zinc in there, and then we will see the zinc and the copper interact, and that'll end up making us that brass that I was talking about. Once this melts, you will see. So we have copper and iron. Boom, and then you can see. So you can see as it uses them up, it's combining into our brass. And the ratio is a little bit different, or I might have had an extra, looks like I had one extra zinc block in there compared to the copper. So I can move the brass to the bottom, and then now click on the spout, and we can now get brass. And then remember, I was saying for automation, you can put hoppers underneath. You know what, maybe we should just do that. Just show you how that works. We can do it for one. So first off, we need a lever. So we'll get a lever. We need a chest. You know what? Sure. We'll use one of our good chests. We need a wood chest because we need to make a hopper. So we just make a throwaway wood chest. And then we put our iron around that to make a hopper. So here's what you end up doing. So we put our chest that's going to receive everything right down here. We point a hopper at it. So now the hopper will automatically take out of here. So if you see, look, if we pour here, the minute it makes an ingot, it'll take it out. Bloop. Puts it in the chest, which is great. And then now, if you put a lever up here and you flick this, that redstone activates it, so now it's going to pour, and it just keeps going. So this is how you can automate your smeltery, and then you can do the same thing here. Put another hopper here pointing that one, levers, and you can have them all going at once. But it's a good way to kind of automate things. Again, you do have to watch out because it will just go through all of your stuff. If you don't want that, then you're going to have to kind of come here and do it manually. And two, if you wanted to get a block, you can pour out a block. Just like that, and then when that cools, that's another way. So obviously a block being nine ingots, it's another way, but sometimes you do need recipes for blocks, or you just want to do things in a hurry. Just like that. Oh, you gotta be careful. You can pick those molds, the templates up. So there, just like that. Okay, so these brass casings are pretty much the same. It's a brass ingot on the stripped logs. So it's very much like, it's exactly like what we did for the andesite casings. So we'll put you back. And then now Do that, and then we can strip all the bark off. No problem. We get our brass casings. Remember, we're going to need 21 of these, so we're going to have to keep making a few more because we need to make 21 of those mechanical crafters, but we still have, oops, we still have a little ways to go. So anyway, so that's the beginning. So let's put, we'll just put those up there. I think we need to clean up my inventory a little bit. Let's get rid of any of these ingots. And we have brass. We're going to need... Now, not everything I'm going to be making plates, so I'm going to start like brass and raw brass, if there is such a thing. Gold nuggets. We'll put that up there. We need a place for redstone. Well, or gold. Sorry, gold. Glowstone. What am I talking about? And I did put some compacting drawers, so we can either get out individual pieces of cobble, so I can get a piece of cobble, or I can get a 1 times compressed cobble, or I can get a 2 times compressed cobble, because the compacting drawers automatically do it. So as I have extra stuff, I just throw it in there. Don't know if we're going to need them, but I just figured it's there, so why not? Okay. So let's see. What's the next thing we can quickly do? It's the beginning of the chickens. So we need to make a chicken chaser. This is just an egg, a stick, and a feather. Now, with having some chickens, I did kill a few to finally get a feather. And so we do have a feather. We do have an egg. So a feather, a stick. Oh, there's another bee out. There's our chicken chaser. But let's see, where's the bee? Oh, he's buried underneath here. Let's get him out. There we go. Nice and simple. Okay, what are you gonna give me? I gotta wait for him. He's gonna take his time, and then he'll finally give us some stuff. It's gonna be the same stuff. Always seems to be the same stuff. Let's go. Okay, you're gonna drop your stuff in there today, are you? An egg. And a uranium bar. And looks like another egg. And he's done. Oh, so we got osmium, uranium, and some egg. Alright, that's fine. Okay, let's just drop this off again. Just trying to keep the inventory clear. Alright. So the beginning of the chicken breeding. So this apparently will make a chick, or turn a chicken into I don't know if I have to kill the chicken. Hey, come back here. No. I don't understand, chat. Chicken chaser can be used on mobs to turn them into items. Ooh, we got a vile sword. What? Interesting. Okay. Okay, so maybe we have to make our first chicken. Craftable chickens, okay. These chickens can be crafted directly. So an ink chicken. Oh, okay, so see, an egg with a bunch of black dye. Sand chicken, an egg with sand. And so then these will end up being used to breed, because you can use them over here. So if we breed a sand chicken with a flint chicken, we can get a gunpowder chicken. And if we go with a red chicken, it gives us redstone. So this is how we end up making the chickens. But to do that, okay, so, but this is a weapon. I thought it was something else, but that's fine. That's fine. We'll figure this out. Oh yeah, so the other thing, sorry, I got these hopper body pots, so this will grow something, and then whatever this would normally produce when you break it, it'll collect it, and you see we've been collecting mainly for wood, and then here I've got 3 wheats coming in here, because I knew for the chickens we're going to need seeds and all that, so I kind of got that going. So we're going to set the chickens up. What they need, and we saw that over here, is there's a breeder where you'll put a couple chickens in, and then they will then either produce something like themselves. But remember how I was telling you that the chickens have a rating? Like initially, see here, a growth, gain, and a strength of 111. So what you end up wanting to do is keep breeding 2 red chickens together, because then those attributes will slowly get better and better. And you want to get to a 10, 10, 10. Because then that means that chicken is producing the max amount of whatever it produces. And so to make the chickens produce other chickens, that's where the chicken breeders come in. So let's see, we need straw bales and all this kind of stuff and planks. So we'll need some breeders. So all of these resources that I had started to get are going to pay off. So let's put that away. I have a spot for you. Yes. We'll put the stone away. See, anytime I have any like excess stuff, I just dump it in there. Let's get some of this, that, and that. So we're going to make a few breeders because this can take a while to do. Now we can't make the chicken breeder until we make the other thing. So I want to just get some areas set up first. So it was like that, wasn't it? That was, whoops. So it was the bales, and it was that, and that. Oh, that turns into a breeder. So there we go. We got some breeders. Something tells me I'm going to need more haystacks. So cool. So then this and this is the roost. So this is once you have a chicken producing stuff, you put in the roost, and this is where it'll just sit there and make its resources for you. And then you can hook that into any kind of pipe system, into chests, so that you can just gather those resources. So knowing that we're going to need a lot of these, we're going to have a lot of chickens on the go. That's kind of the reason I was getting ahead of the game here with this. I figured this was going to be needed. So 7 breeders might be enough. Because again, since it does take some time, you may want to have multiple breeders going at a time. And you have to feed them. You have to give the chickens seeds to keep them doing their thing. At least in the breeder. I forget if you have to feed them when they're in the roost, but we'll figure that out. So there's some roost. There we go. There we go. It's a good start. So we'll just put those away. So this might be our resource wall of chickens, and so if we go for breeders, maybe we'll just put the breeders on this wall. I don't know. We'll just kind of there we go. So you can see that they take wheat seeds, so we'll just load them in. I know we don't have any chickens to do anything yet, but we'll just get these things set up. So we're going to get these all ready to go. There. Okay, so they're ready to go. If we have time, we will try and see if we can make our first chicken. But what I wanted to get to was the promised craziness, the chance cubes, the chaos, The watch me die. Okay. Oh, I did get it from a bee drop, believe it or not. Or no, it was one of the random rewards. Sorry. I got this temporal pouch. So this is it used to be called the time in a bottle. And what it does is, as long as it's in my inventory and I'm playing, it's accumulating time. And if I want to do something with a machine, say, what can I do an example of? Oh, I know. Let's just say I wanted to smelt some cobble and make some stone. Okay, and let's just two stacks. So I'll put one in there, and so it goes at a certain rate. But if I wanted to go faster, I can hit this with the time in a bottle. You see now it's going 8 times the speed. So look how fast it's going. Boom, 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 compared to this. Now it took some of the time out of my pouch to apply there, but see, I've got 18 seconds left of 8 times speed, and look how fast it's going. We're almost done. So that's where you can use the time you've accumulated to make things go faster. It's very, very cool. All right, we're gonna do some chance cubes. And to be fair, I'm not wanting to lose things. The gun is easy enough, but I do have some tools. Oh, we have this new vile sword. That's kind of cool. But my diamond paxel does more damage. There we go. Oh, the roosts. I didn't put the roosts up. Sorry. We're going to have a wall of chickens here making the resources for us. And then if I need to get the resources out, we'll probably put pipes or something in behind them. Yeah, just something like that for now. And there. We'll pretty that up later. So we're going to do some chance cubes. Like, chance cubes can be a prize, or it can be a boss fight, it can be death, it can be, yeah. So what I want to make sure is that I have this. I have a way to dig out. I have a weapon. I have some food. We'll get some water. And they can be very destructive. So that's why I as I was showing you before, I dug way out here. Depending on what the chance cube is going to do, because I've seen people open chance cubes here, and it's just like, it will just wreck the base completely. So, yeah. So what are we going to do? Let's try 10 chance cubes. This is not. Oh, we didn't get our. Let's get our reward first. We got another battery, a basic battery. We've got so many batteries, it's ridiculous. Okay. Well, let's go down to the Hall of Chance Cubes. So again, I made it far enough away from the base, so if there are big ramifications, we should be safe. Let's again, fingers crossed on that one. This is always going to be interesting. You know, so worst case is, you know, we lose our diamond armor. We have enough diamonds we can remake. That's fine. The mining gadget is fairly easy to make, so I'm not too concerned about that. Same with the Paxel. Just this vile sword, but I don't know how the vile sword doesn't do as much damage as our Paxel does. And the Paxel is also a mining tool, and that's our mining tool too. So if we need to get out or get up, we have a means to do it. So remember, chance cubes could be good or bad, or really bad. So let's Herobrine joined the game. Yeah, did he? I'll be back for you. Herobrine left the game. Okay. I don't know if that means he could still show up. Okay, so possibly okay on that one. Oh, spray of arrows. Oh, I got one in the knee. I got a couple. Looks like I got a couple in the knee. Ouch. Oh my gosh, that's crazy. So yeah, if we break them, oh, they're pick-upable. Okay, that's actually not that bad. Now I got a stack of arrows. Okay, not too bad. Oh, look, it took my hearts all the way down. And I can't eat. Oh, there we go, now I can. Yeah, it didn't tell me about that, so it just took me down to like a couple hearts there. We're just gonna wait, let our hearts build up. So far, so good. Hasn't been too bad. Okay, we want to wait till we get back up to full health. All right, here we go. Do you want to build a snowman? Sure. Of course we want to build a snowman. Oh, he's going to be stuck in here. Oh, actually, this might be a way to get snow for later. Hold on. Whoop. Oh, it's not where I wanted to be going. We'll save him because we can put him in a spot where we can then harvest the snow. Oh, I've got to cool down to get back. So yeah, home takes us back here, and back takes us back to the last place that we left. Gotta wait for the cooldown. And it keeps taking us there. That's unfortunate. Okay, well, we gotta go back down through our tunnel. We've got 6 more to do. Okay, well, the snowman was good. That'll be good resources for later. We just gotta go back through here to get to our safe zone for chance cubes. Okay, so we haven't had any boss fights, which is not bad. We haven't had any big catastrophes. Worst one so far is the threat of Hero Brian coming back. And we got another stick. So versatile, you can stick it anywhere. Oh my gosh, what is with them and their sticks? All right. Oops. Oh, there. As you can see, it encased us, lifted us up and encased us in dirt. Oh, and a chest to boot. And then it put bedrock, so we couldn't, like, I think we were like right on the bedrock. And kind of got a little bit of everything here. Interesting. So now we have a piece of bedrock that we can't do anything about. Sparta gives us a full set of iron. It's not bad. Not bad. Oh, we got a slime man. Hello, slime man. He's a very tall slime man. This is actually pretty good because we'll get some slimes that we may not have seen otherwise for a little while. And see, some of them are dropping little mob souls, which was important. Which is probably important for some of the later recipes too, is my guess. That was weird. Okay. So far, not too bad. Not too bad. What are we doing? Oh, we got 15 slimes out of that. Get ourselves back up. Okay. Oh, hey. Sorry, there was also a reward chest. Common loot crate. So yes, we'll open that later. That'll give us some surprises too. Some of them are a little stuck. Come here. This would be good to get some ender pearls. Ooh, I like. Maybe. What over here? Okay, this is working out. I'm happy about this. Just want them to drop ender pearls. Thank you. I'll take that. Oh, my friend, I looked at you. Come here. Got a couple ender pearls. That's going to be helpful, helpful, helpful. Hello, over here. Thank you. So you get to fight them on my terms. Mob soul. Hello. We got a little pot shot in there. Come on, would you stand still and let me hit you? So nasty. Thank you. We got 3 ender pearls out of that. I'll take it. That's not bad. Not bad. Alright, what do we have next? We got a fishing rod. Nothing else. Interesting. Okay, last one for this round. Well, that was rude. It filled the place with sand. And tried to bury me in sand. Right up there. Made the whole thing sand. So you had this tower of sand. So if you were stuck somewhere else, you would, yeah, you would have had problems. So hence why I'm playing the safe route. Cool. Cool, cool, cool. So we got a little bit of bunch of stuff. A little bit of a bunch of stuff, he says. Let's see. We got some string. We have a cactus. Oh, we got a melon, which we don't have some of that. I'm happy about the ender pearls and the slime. That's cool. We may want to expand our storage to have somewhere for them there. So actually we'll just put that there. We got some ice, we got a melon, we got the ender pearls. The mushrooms are possibly good too. The iron stuff, not so important. Fishing rod. Pumpkin seeds we don't need. Oh yeah, we have that. Oh yes, 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 I forgot the loot crate. So let's just put some of the wood stuff away. We don't need those. We don't need that stuff. I could melt it down, but it's no point. And all this excess sand. Oh, actually, could have put the excess sand over here. Anyway. Alright, so let's see what we got out of our loot crate. We got a music disc. Thanks, loot crate. Appreciate. Cool. And then some of the other stuff that I could get back in my inventory as I need it. I'll worry about it later. Alright, so yeah. So what needs to happen is we need to make a bunch of rose quartz. Well, actually, we can do that right now. Why not? There, we can do that. I take that. So, show you. Let's do the process so you can see what's going to happen here. So, quartz onto that. There. So there's 16 rose quartz. It's not going to be enough because obviously we need to make. Oh, that makes 3. We only need 21, so we really only need 7 of these. So, polished rose quartz. To polish rose quartz, we have to do it on sandpaper. Paper and diamond dust. I have a feeling it'll last longer. Oh no, I can't do that. Okay, so we're probably stuck with regular sandpaper. That's fine. So we need to make that sandpaper. So it's just paper and sand, which makes sense. I'm just wondering, what about that other stuff? The red sandpaper. It's red sand, and red sand. Ah, that's fine. We're not going to worry about that. Okay, I have been making some paper. There we go. And again, a lot of this was anticipating what we were going to need moving forward. Here, I'll take some sand, and then we'll go through the process. So if we make some sandpaper, there's, oh, it doesn't stack. Ooh, that's no good. Okay, well, maybe, is it going to be one piece per? Oh, that's right. You got to put one in each hand. Okay, one piece of sandpaper lasts a little while. Okay, and you can see that we're making our polished rose quartz. So I will get rid of a bunch of this sandpaper because we don't need it. There we go. Cool, so this is the rose quartz that's going to be needed to make the autocrafters. And we're going to need a bit more, but this is only 16. I need 5 more because we need 21. Or no, we need, no, we only need 7, right? Because it made 3. That's right, that's right. There. So there we go. We got our 16 polished rose quartz. Oh yeah, we didn't get a road for that. What do we get? We got some chainmail leggings. Well, thank you, but no thank you. And you can just go in there for now. Okay. So that's that bit. Oops. Come over here to this. It's to this. And so this would be the brass casing and a crafting table. Ooh, I gotta make a bunch of crafting tables. Right, and then so we take those brass casings. And then if we go crafting table, rose quartz, brass casings. Was that not the recipe? Did I miss something? Oh, I gotta make the electron tube. Sorry, iron sheets. I forgot a step. There we go. I'm gonna make more than we need because I have a feeling later on we might need a bigger set of crafting table grids. So there we go. Now we can put that with the casings and the crafting tables. And there we go. We got more than enough, more than I should have, but that's fine. So this is going to have to be powered, much like these are, and it's going to need its own powering. I was going to try to hook it up here and see if we can work off of this power. And then we could actually expand that power. So basically what happens is we'll put these down. Right, because it's going to need, if I'm not mistaken, it's the equivalent of a 5x5, but without the corners. And you can see, since we're hooking in a whole lot of gears, there could be too much stress on the system. And so ideally, there might be things that need a 5x5, so I'm going to put those in there. Eventually we'll have to make a wrench to work with all this stuff. But so you can see that each of these crafting grids has an arrow, so that means that whatever you put in there will move in that direction. So when we don't need the corners, we have to move them off to the side. So to hook this in, we just need a cog and a gear. And then now we're going to find out if this is taxed. If this is going to tax the system. So let's just get a couple cogs, a gearbox, and I don't know that I'm going to need a shaft just to extend things, but just to have it. So I'm fully expecting when we hook this in, this is going to stop. It's going to say it's overstressed. And then that means we have to add more water wheels to this. So ideally, we want this cog here, or we want a cog here, which means we need a gearbox. We need a cog, sorry, we need a cog at some point. It doesn't have to be here. It can be touching any of the grids. But we're going to have to change this rotation to upwards. Am I overthinking this? But just trying to see. So if that's there. Okay, what about putting it that way? No, I need this to be... Oh, this and this are the same. Ooh, this might work. This might work. Put it on this one. Yeah. Sorry, chat. I'm just trying to figure this out. That's what I want. And then... Oh, and I can't put that there. Darn it. Put that there. Oh, it doesn't touch onto that. Ooh. No. Help! Get myself all confused here. Anyway. We need to change the rotation angle. I'm wondering if I have to slide this over to give me the opportunity to... Oh, I think I know. Again, this may be taxing the system too much. This is probably, I'm probably like totally missing an easier way to do this, but you know what? That's part of the fun, is just trying to figure this out. So we have that rotating that. If I bring that up, and then I put a gearbox into it. Resource B, I'm not, you know what, I'm not gonna worry about the B right now. I'm trying to figure this out. I want to get this working. Okay. It's going to be something like that. Anyway, you get the idea. I'll play around with this. I'll get this kind of cleaned up and hooked up. And if I need to, I will expand out. Ooh, I'm hungry. I'll expand out the water wheels on this one to give enough power to get that going. And I may start some of the chickens, but I'll leave some of that for later. And then, yeah, so then next time... it's going to be grinding away, getting a lot of quartz, because we need that for a bunch of this stuff. So there'll be some of this chicken stuff I will do. But we're starting to get into being able to get some power generation, because we're getting to the point where we're going to be needing machines that need more power. And a lot of these power generations rely on blaze powder, or they rely on quartz. And so that means we may have some adventuring to do. So we do have this dungeon to look through. We have this, and we can go and maybe look at this. So maybe next time might be a little bit of maybe customizing some tinker weapons, and then we go adventuring. And then if we have time, we'll do some more chance cubes. But I'm going to mess with this and get this working the way that I want it. And we'll do some of that crafting next time too. So there you go. We didn't quite get to all the chicken stuff that I wanted to show you the chicken stuff, but we got set up. We got the foundation there, so we know what's going on. We did do our chance cubes. We kind of cleaned up a few things, and we got our mixer going. We got soul sand now, so we have the blue blazing flame over there. So yeah, we're slowly making progress. Anyway, thanks for tuning in. I hope you've enjoyed. If you have, please leave a like and let me know you're out there. It means a lot to me. And yeah, you can find me on Twitch as well if you're looking for other Modpack and fun stuff. You can find me out there. Come on by and say hello. And from there, we will catch you again next time. Goodbye, everyone.